Hello everybody, and welcome to my second video on the U.S. Constitution as it pertains to our rights as American citizens. You can find my first two videos addressing the Second Amendment to our Constitution, giving us the right to bear arms. This is my second video addressing the rights we have that protect us from corrupt government, or the government in general. These rights are probably more important than the Second Amendment because these rights guarantee us our freedom in this country, the basic freedoms. So we're going to go through the First and the Fourth Amendments just so we can all understand how some of the things that are going on in our country completely contradict what the Constitution was meant to be. Alright, so here we go. The First Amendment is basically our freedom of expression right. Alright, and I'll let you read it right there. I'm not going to read it to you, but we'll go through it step by step just so we can understand what's going on here. First part of it, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Alright, read the second bullet point there. It's very simple. Right? There is no law allowed anywhere in America that will prohibit or do anything regarding religion. Right? Make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise. Right? That's no BS. No laws on religion. All right. Second part of that, or abridging the freedom of speech or the press. All right. I got the definition of abridged for you. It's a shorten or curtail. That means removing in any way. Some of these people want to ban things like violent movies and violent video games and movies with sex and all this other stuff in it. All right, the First Amendment, as stated, I mean you can read it for yourself right there, prohibits any kind of adjustment to what people are allowed to create or say or whatever. All right, and then the last part of it there, the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's basically, it gives people the right to get together and protest things that are done, especially by the government that people disagree with. Okay, and it gives people the right to say, "Hey, government, I want this changed because you guys are doing something wrong." Okay, so anything that inhibits our ability to freely express ourselves in any way is expressly forbidden by this amendment. All right, now we got a media frenzy in the last however many years on the whole violence thing. All right. They go about it in a roundabout way, but they always publish and highlight stories about violence and trying to paint things, blame it on the media, basically. All right. Most of the media is very liberal and wants to portray that our country is just in shambles because of our, kids watch all these movies and they play all these video games and listen to all this gangster rap stuff and it's making them go out and kill people. I disagree completely. All right, music like this has been around for a long time, and violence has been around for thousands and thousands of years. I don't understand how all of a sudden all of this music is making people do stuff. All right, people have been killing each other for thousands and thousands of years without any kind of music telling them to do it. Then movies haven't even been around for 200 years yet. All right, so this BS about media and stuff like that making people do stuff, no. The real issue is that America has a parenting problem. All right, parents aren't teaching their kids that this is a video game and this is real life. You can't play the video game and then expect it to work out the same way in real life. You can't watch a movie and then expect that you're going to do the movie. All right. Parents sit their kids down in front of these video games and all this stuff and leave them alone so they can go do their own thing, and they don't supervise their children. That's the problem. All right? Taking away the video games and the movies and all that stuff isn't going to really change anything. The children who grow up in houses where their mom is getting beat or their dad is getting beat or all the children are getting beat or hurt or whatever, it's still going to cause violence. All right? So let's stop blaming who doesn't need to be blamed, and let's start putting the onus on ourselves as parents. All right, the parents need to take control of the situation. All right, the second one I want to cover is our right to privacy. I saw something on YouTube and in the news, and I have it listed down there in the third bullet that just completely appalled me, and I don't understand how it happened. But all right, Fourth Amendment: the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. All right, that means we have the right to feel safe from the law, unless the law has some kind of significant evidence that says, hey, this person probably did this crime. All right. No warrant shall issue but upon probable cause and supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons to be seized. I mean, I don't understand how law enforcement can just stop you on the road and search your person. It's illegal, completely illegal, anywhere you go in America. This amendment specifically states that there has to be some kind of warrant issued from, an issuing authority, okay? And it has to particularly describe the place to be searched and who is going to be, searched or seized, and what's going to be seized, okay? You see my third bullet point there. Recently, in Texas, these two ladies were pulled over by law enforcement, and they did cavity searches on them right there on the premises, right there on the road. I was like, oh my God, really? I was totally speechless, and I'm really upset about it, because that's completely against our constitutional rights and just decency in general. Right? Even if they did suspect them of committing a crime or whatever, they should have been arrested, taken to the jail, and gotten some kind of permission from a warrant issuing authority to search them that way. All right, I don't understand how that. Law enforcement is required to get a warrant for any kind of violation of privacy. That's what this amendment was for, so that nobody could just walk up on you. No cop could just walk up on you and just invade your privacy. I don't understand how things like that happen in Texas or anywhere. All right, defending your home. A lot of people will try to say that the Fourth Amendment is supposed to be. They look at the be secure in their person's home and all that other stuff, and they say, well, that gives me the right to, protect my place, protect my home. While I wish that was the case, the way the law reads does not necessarily say that. If you read the whole sentence, it says protects you against the government, against unreasonable search and seizure by the government. So basically, this amendment, for those of you who think that the Fourth Amendment says, oh yeah, I can shoot people in my house if they try to break in, not necessarily. All right, that depends on your state law. The Fourth Amendment just pertains to search and seizure by law enforcement, and it mentions nothing about her. It doesn't say anything about the thing about anybody else. That's basically what it is. The amendment was meant so that the government can't just walk into your place and take your stuff. They have to have some kind of reasonable warrant. 10th Amendment, if you watch my first set of videos on the Second Amendment, I mentioned this one as well. Again, always. 10th Amendment applies to every video that I'm going to be doing, because a lot of laws out there now completely contradict the Constitution, and it violates the 10th Amendment, which every state agreed to. All right? The 10th Amendment prohibits any state or local government from passing laws or regulations that contradict the Constitution. All right? Any search or seizure violation without a warrant. I mean, even if you're in your car, the Constitution says you have the right to be secure on your person. It doesn't say anything about being in a public place. You're secure in your person. All right? It's just not allowed. There's no justification for searching somebody without a warrant. And any law or regulation that states otherwise is completely wrong. It's better to what's that say? It's better to let 100 guilty guys go than to imprison one innocent guy. That's what our country's about. To finish up this video, just want to say it's okay to regulate the arts. You see all these things about ratings on video games and movies, TV, MA, and all this other stuff and like that. But any kind of law that prohibits the distribution of content it's completely against our First Amendment rights of freedom of speech, and freedom of speech and expression. That's the idea. All right. If I want to write a book that does this or that, I have the right to write that book. All right. And then the Fourth Amendment, law enforcement has no right to arrest anybody without a warrant. I mean, it really shouldn't be that way. They shouldn't be able to hold you unless they have some kind of warrant. Yeah, they can pick you up and take you to the police station, but putting you in a cell or anything like that where where they can search you or they shouldn't be able to search you. If they want to apprehend you, take you downtown to the freaking police department or whatever like that and hold you there until they can get a warrant, fine. But any kind of search or anything like that is completely illegal until a warrant is issued. My final thought to leave you with is ignorance is not bliss, not when it comes to things like this. You need to spread the word. If you're watching this video, I encourage you to spread this information around. Share this video with your friends, and if you don't like me and you don't want to share the video, at least do your own research and all of this stuff, and get the word out to your friends and get them to spread the word, because the longer we sit on our butts and don't do anything about this kind of stuff, the more we're going to lose our rights and our freedoms. Okay? So I hope you got something out of this video. Hopefully you'll go back and watch my Second Amendment one. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much.